Get strong.
We're talking about manga, and this was a topic that you suggested, Isaac. Manga that deserves anime adaptation. Now, you read way more manga than I do. Like, what made you what made you think this was a topic worth visiting? We can kind of get into the manga aspects of it all.
Honestly, I was just spitballing. This could be something. This could be something. This something. And
you see, the response I was hoping for was, "I really love this book, and I want everybody to get a chance to see it."
Too.
But instead, it's just
that too. That too. But shouldn't I be honest here?
Yeah, that's what we love about you—the honesty, the sheer bluntness of it all. Yeah, so we're talking manga that deserve anime adaptations, which I think is a really interesting idea because, according to everything I know, all the anime that I've watched has been a manga. So the fact there's even more that don't get the chance to get adapted into this medium of animation, I think is very fascinating. You have more picks than I do because, again, you're the doc, so we're going to follow your prescription as ordered. But the first one on the list is Tokyo Underworld. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
Well, it's how should I put it? It's sort of like a horror manga to some extent because it's about class of students that after their teacher during their trip commit personal game over in lack of in terms of trying to not saying trigger warnings and accuses the entire class for and they drove him insane. That because of that, they end up in something called the Tokyo Underworld, and that's sort of like a world for criminals, so to speak, murderers. That then need to survive this world in order to being allowed to get back to the real world. And what's interesting is that the main protagonist isn't just a one single boy. It's twins that sort of like share the same pain, and if one dies, the other one will die, and all that. Yes, and it's all about the fight for survival. In I don't know if you have seen read or seen it, but in many aspects, this does make me think of Dead Man Wonderland.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, but yeah.
Kind of deal, although I would say this is better than that.
Yeah, it's you describing the premise of this horror-esque manga set place in this school with these two twins. I think that's a really fascinating concept, and it makes me wonder why it hasn't actually gotten an anime, because I feel like it's ripe for it, right?
It only has 20 chapters as of right now.
So it'll be announced at Jump Festa.
I think just wait a couple of months and it will get announced, I feel.
Gotcha. Nice. Well, I'm glad you were able to introduce this one because it seems very fascinating. And horror in anime, I think, is very unique. I haven't seen that many, but from the ones that I've watched, I think that medium actually thrives with the horror genre, sometimes more than live action actually does. So this entire concept, I think, is really fascinating.
I do think it's the one of the other ones that is just online only, so maybe that is a problem for getting it. No, that shouldn't be anime adaptation. So we shall see. But anyway, the next pick.
Yeah, the next pick. Let's see here. It's my pick. Yeah, so My Hero Academia Vigilantes. We've talked about it at length because we've actually been covering it, even though we've been on hiatus due to all of the anime we've been watching. Vigilantes, I think, is fascinating, and this is one you've actually been reading, so we can kind of go back and forth on this one a little bit. What I love about Vigilantes is that we follow our three heroes here on the screen: Pop Step, the Crawler, or the Crawler, if you say his name correctly, and Knuckle Duster. And these three vigilantes exist in the MHA universe, but not as registered licensed heroes. More of the typical vigilantes we're used to, something like Batman or Spider-Man, where they take the law into their own hands and they're doing their best to protect their city. And what makes it fascinating is that in the world of My Hero Academia, right, we have the hero society that we've come to know and love throughout these now 6 seasons of the anime. But Vigilantes gives us a different look at that universe. And it gives us a different look at crime in that universe, right? We're in the middle of this big war in the anime. But this is set before that. This is set before Deku meets All Might. And we get to see how the hero society doesn't always focus on the smaller problems. So this manga honestly works as part slice of life, part battle shonen. And I think that balance gives us a really unique look at a universe we already know and love. We even get characters like Eraserhead, All Might, Endeavor, Midnight. All these heroes that we already know make appearances throughout this book. So it really makes it feel set within that My Hero Academia world while also having its own unique spin on things.
Honestly, as long as for what I read, well, far as I can remember, it does feel like if you are a fan of a Midnight, for example, you will get more here. And I dare argue say that you also get a lot more Eraserhead. They give some of the other supporting characters a lot more time to shine.
Yeah, like Tsukuichi, the detective, is a main character in this story, and his family is as well, which makes it so intriguing. And I love the small scale nature of the story of Koichi, our main character, feeling a lot like Peter Parker. He's a college kid who is down on his luck, who wants to be a hero, but he wasn't blessed with All Might's power like Izuku was. So he has to make do with what he's got. And I think that by itself is just really endearing. And like you said, yeah, if you're a fan of My Hero Academia, there's still stuff in here that harkens back to that original series. Like Eraserhead is a main character throughout this book, and he gets fleshed out a lot. And a lot of what we see in the anime, the flashbacks with Shirakumo and all that stuff, a lot of that came from this book rather than the My Hero Academia manga proper. So I think Vigilantes is a fantastic series, and it just fleshes out the My Hero world even more. So definitely check out the manga if you haven't. And Bones, animated. You only got like 2 seasons left of My Hero anyway. Get to it. Did you have anything else on Vigilantes, Isaac, before we move on?
You can haven't we said on air on our Vigilantes episode that from time to time that we don't understand how this hasn't been a between seasons show for them kind of deal.
Yeah, I don't understand how it hasn't. Like whenever they go on break or whenever they need filler episodes, you can just adapt a couple of arcs from here because it works neatly as a prequel. But I digress. Moving on to your next pick. Tell us about Sakamoto Days.
Well, I will admit there is a rumor that this is going to get done anime, so it's semi-cheating, I suppose. I don't know. But
I haven't seen the anime, doesn't count.
Yeah, this manga is basically, imagine if John Wick got married, got a kid, actually got retired and happy life, and has to come back yet still keep his family, kind of deal. That's Sakamoto Day. You see the one in the glasses next to the blonde hair guy.
Sorry, I was muted. I was saying yes the entire time.
Yeah, yes. That's Sakamoto, who is one of the what is known as the deadliest assassins of all time. That decided to just drop everything as soon as he met his wife, and ended up as got put on some fat and became a dad and sort of like runs a convenience store together, but after he gets attacked as a classic, you don't if you drop that we kill you kind of deal, he ends up getting more shenanigans because there is a bounty on his head and there is just escalating all. It's more of an action comedy more than anything. It's not as dark, gritty, and insane as John Wick is kind of deal. And the action is kind of insane. And the humor is just insanely fun and all that. The blonde guy, for example, is someone that can read minds while working as assassin. And
so they also have powers in this universe.
Some have, others don't. And that isn't a spoiler. You meet that guy pretty much on the spot. And the redhead, well, she is known as the Drunken Master. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a really fun manga.
It looks like it's got the potential to be really fun just off of this image alone. Especially with all like the bright colors in the background, and then you see all of these characters have guns. It's like, what the heck is happening here? So it sounds like a blast.
Also, every assassin here are inhumanly strong.
So is that a thing where every character, like this universe, they're just inhumanly strong, or is that they've all got like a special ability of super strength going on?
They're just super strong.
Interesting.
Sort of like if you read it or it comes in anime, you will understand exactly what I mean. They're trying to play up as this is just perfectly normal. I'm just no, it's not. But at the same time, it's work. I mean, one assassin literally makes an entire tower fall down to the ground with a single slash of his samurai sword. So,
oh my gosh,
yeah,
this sounds amazing. Honestly, like I might go and read this now. Is this like a Viz manga where I can read it there? Is it like in a?
It should be. It should be. I read it on Manga Plus. So.
Nice. This sounds amazing. I think it's my turn, but I ran out of manga. So this is very awkward. Am I allowed to phone a friend, Isaac?
Yeah, you can. You can phone a friend.
Okay. I'm gonna phone a friend, and maybe that can help us out here. You think Brandon's busy?
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's not here.
I'm calling him anyway. Hold on. Any second now. He's got to pick up one day. He's got to pick up one day.
Tell them. I don't know. I mean, a lot of the animes that I love already, a lot of the mangas that I've read or whatever, already have an adaptation. So what do I tell them? What should I tell them?
I don't think he knows we're here.
Tell me. Like it doesn't say. Oh shit! Hey guys, Brandon Alvarado, the Scarlet Fan here. So, how you guys doing? I think you guys have a great live show. I'm sorry that I'm not over there with you guys tonight, but I know that Mike and Isaac are having a great show with awesome guests. Mike had reached out to me in regards to my thoughts of what manga deserves an anime adaptation, and my pick is simple. It's one, and that is Psalm 100. Bucket List of the Dead. It is an amazing zombie story with lots of heart and lots of themes that just make my heart warm, but also filled me up with laughter and joy. It's about this guy called Akira Tendo that has become a work slave, literally. All he lives is working 30, 48 hours. He works with horrible bosses. He literally prefers to not go to work and just die, to have freedom. And suddenly the zombie apocalypse occurs and he can no longer go to work. And he figures out, holy crap, I'm free. I don't have to work. I can live. So it's about this guy finding that the best time to live his best life is in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. It's a great narrative. It has a great bunch of characters. Also, one of the best MacGuffins is that he literally has a list, which he calls Some 100 or 100 things to do before turning into a zombie. And every chapter pretty much captures one thing that he checks off the list. And of course, he fills his friends with that energy, and they all have this energy of living their best life and of fulfillment within the zombie apocalypse. Great themes, great writing, great animation, written by Haro Aso, I think is his name, which is the creator of Alice in Borderlands, which was a great manga and also had an amazing live action adaptation. I recently found out that Some 100 is getting a live action adaptation on Netflix, but personally, with the nice animation and manga drawings, I kind of want to see it in anime form, because you can do a great live action adaptation, but there's nothing like a very faithful anime adaptation that brings those panels to life in a colorful, meaningful and artistic way. But that's my choice. I love zombies. I love comedies. I love Shaun of the Dead. And Psalm 100 encapsulates all that humor, all that horror, but also all that heart that makes those stories and those themes pop out for me. So definitely 100%. My choice is Psalm 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Check it out. You can actually, I believe you can check out a free preview on Viz Manga or anywhere online. I buy my paperback volumes. Right now they're on volume number 8, which recently got released. It's available on Amazon. But you can also get on Amazon, you can get it for like 11 or 12 bucks each volume. You can get them for $9 a volume on the Viz Manga app or wherever you buy your manga. But check it out. Psalm 100. It's awesome. Peace.
Isaac, do you have any thoughts on Zom 100?
I can only say that I isn't surprised that he picked that, all things considered, although I was half expecting him to pick Rooster Fight, honestly, with the way he talks about that one.
Well, Isaac, I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you guys want to hear Brandon's thoughts on Rooster Fighter, he's actually going to be making a video on that relatively soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. But I digress. Yeah, that it sounds fun, honestly. And shout out to Brandon for taking time on his work day, his busy day, to answer the phone call and give us a pick and bailing me out there. We're going to your last option here, though, Isaac. Your turn. It is Make the Exorcist Fall in Love. What the heck?
It's a rather weird manga. It's in this world, demons, angels, all that jazz exist. There is a war between the church and Satan and all that jazz. And we follow the chosen one, so to speak, the chosen priest that, or should I say exorcist, that is the one that is fated to defeat Beelzebub / Satan in fights. So in order to stop him, instead of doing the whole classic, I'm going to overthrow you with power and all that, yes, he is sending someone, Satan is sending someone that he wants to seduce him, kind of deal. And on top of all that, this is a boy that doesn't want to just fight, even though he knows it needs to fight. He just wants to be there with just live a normal life, although he comes in with a constant battle with demon lords, nature's titanic monsters constantly, and you think you wonder how the heck are they going to survive this? And I do believe that this is the one that is online only. If this is if it's because of the whole Christians versus Satan's, I don't know, because well, but it's a very it stands out, and the only the reason I was sort of like, should I put this, is that like you see in the picture, the main character's Canadil is kids Canadil.
Yeah, everything you said has me scratching my head here, man. I'm like, what the heck? It sounds fascinating. I'll give you that.
To the summary from Manga Plus, a boy was chosen by God to become the world's strongest exorcist and face deadly demons in battles. Burdened with the fate of humanity, all he really wants to do is quietly bake sweets when one day a certain girl enters his life, a story of love and hope blooming during a bloody holy war.
Huh. This is a book.
Yeah.
This will make a fascinating anime to be sure, but the description you gave and the one that Manga Plus gives leave me sitting here like, what the who thought of this? This is wild. I'm sorry. That's just, my mind is kind of blown right now.
It's an interesting book.
It is. You know what? I think that's a good one to end out on, honestly. Guys, if you enjoyed this conversation, make sure you subscribe so you get more. If you read any of these manga, let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you have any suggestions on manga that should become anime adaptations, let us know in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you.